What's going on, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters. I didn't forget this time, YouTube channel. My name is Chris. Did I say my name already? I think I said my name twice, just in case you forgot.
His name is Chris.
Today we're taking a detailed look at these bad boys, or technically bad girls. This is the Air Jordan 2 Low in the UNC to Chicago. It's a women's exclusive. Why? I don't know, man. Everybody should be able to enjoy these. These are fantastic. It's also really weird because much like your pair of twos, the crafts, they're pretty awesome. I really do like what they're doing with the twos, by the way. All the new colorways, it looks like they spent years working on this. But they still say size 9 in there, and this is a women's 10.5, which is a men's size 9. But if it's really a women's shoe, it should say the women's size. I'm just saying, like, don't half-ass this to like pander. Don't use this as like a straight up marketing scheme. Go all in, or make the damn shoes unisex. Converse has been doing it for decades and it works really well. But anyways, these are gorgeous. I am really surprised with how nice they are because I wasn't expecting much out of the leather, but hot dog! They're dope. Now the outsole is that of a typical Air Jordan 2, so nothing to be like too surprised by. For those of you guys that don't know, this section where it does say Nike and it does have the size labeled, that is actually the midsole poking through the outsole. So that's not part of the rubber and everything. So everything surrounding it is solid rubber. That's polyurethane, which is exactly what the rest of the midsole is made out of. And much like the other Air Jordan 2 lows, these are not as comfortable as those OG highs. I don't know if it's just the insole or not, but man, those are comfortable, dude. Like I'm telling you, like that shoe feels awesome on foot, not just under it, but around it. Like the whole thing, like it's nicely padded, it's sculpted, it's got great leather, comfortable tooling, comfortable insole. These are not quite on that level. They're not uncomfortable or anything, but they're definitely not as comfortable as those. It might be because of the paint treatment. Like it feels like that the OG version, like the OG high, the Chicago or whatever, the black midsole, feels like that midsole was dyed during, you know, manufacturing and molding.
So that it doesn't crack?
That's just the way that it was, but this is painted. So I'm wondering if it's firmed up for that reason so that it doesn't crack. I don't know. That's my only critique about the shoe, like visually. I know that everybody's sick of this whole like pre-age stuff. I get it, I'm with you, but sometimes it looks good. This is one of those times. I think that it looks really good on this. However, it's shiny. I've never seen anything old be still shiny. It usually gets dull, it gets yellowed, it gets weathered. It's old. So if you're gonna do that and have this like pre-vintage look on there, don't make it shiny anymore. It makes it look dumb, makes it look wet. That's the only thing that I would complain about. Other than that, these are so pretty. I cannot stress that enough. You have to see these in person. They are so nice. Now, inside of the polyurethane midsole is a heel air sole unit. And then on top of that is this guy right here. This is the black Dream Cell foam polyurethane insole and everything. Again, not super comfortable, but it is fluffy, so it's got a little bit of a bounce to it. I do wish that it was the white version, which is a little bit more dense. And obviously I wish that it was the real polyurethane insole that they use on the Nike Air branded retros, but it is what it is. Now, also packed inside of the shoe are additional laces, something that I was not expecting. So not only do they come with the white pair already laced in, but they come with 2 additional laces as well. One of which is red, one of which is the university blue color, which isn't actually university blue, it's dark powder blue. Did you just roll your eyes?
I hate when they call it dark powder blue.
But this is not university blue.
I'm just letting y'all know.
What?
Isn't it called UNC to Chai?
Yes.
So why would it be dark powder blue and it wouldn't be?
Because dark powder blue is actually the original color blue that they used for university blue back in the 80s, starting with the Air Jordan 1. They did it on the Air Jordan 9. It's a Jordan brand thing. She rolled her eyes real hard and stuck out her tongue a little bit, just letting you guys know. But anyways, these guys are part of their move to zero packaging and stuff. I just wanted to let them know that this is still waste, despite it being recycled waste. So, little tip. If you really want to move to zero, you just take these, which are spooled up so cute. This is really cool. I don't even want to put them in the shoes, so you will not see them with the alternate laces. But if you just do this, zero packaging. That's a real move to zero right there, folks.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Now, as far as the materials and the shape goes, fantastic every which way you look at them. The shape on these is gorgeous. It is not a box. They're so sleek. They're so slender. I love the fucking toe. It looks amazing. And then the materials, same thing. Like everything on here is not premium, but it feels really good. So if we're talking about like Jordan brand, This is some of the best stuff that they put out in a while. Although I have been giving them lots of praise this year in 2023. Like it feels like every release has like really good leather on it. It's just good stuff. So you got to give them like credit where it's due, man. They've been knocking it out of the park with materials lately as far as their retro product is concerned. Something that they changed up though is this little quarter panel right there in the rear. Normally that has the faux lizard embossed style leather on there and everything. They switched that out and they just used the same kind of like nice soft leather that the rest of the shoe is made out of. It's a different texture, so this is more of a smooth leather, whereas the rest of the shoe is kind of textured, not quite tumbled, but has a little texture to it. And it just really looks good. Like it looks great in addition to all the texture that's on the rest of the shoe. I love the piping as well. It's like a different style of pipe. It's almost like a rolled pipe. It just looks really, really cool, man. Like I like that it's glossy. It looks so slick. Like this is such a, man, do you like these? You do? Okay. Man, I was about to be like, wait a minute. So that's a good sign, even though she was a little mean earlier.
It's just because I don't like that shade of blue.
I love it so much. They've kept the pre-aged or pre-vintage look on the heel counter, which again, I think looks really cool. The reason why I like it there more than the midsole is because it is matte. It's part of the rubber. It's molded into it. It looks good. It looks natural, even though it's pre-vintaged or fake vintaged. So I dig the way that it looks. The tongue is something spectacular because they actually didn't color the Wings logo. Instead, they colored everything behind it. It looks really cool to me. So I really like that. The materials on the tongue are probably the cheapest out of everything that's used here, but it's still very soft. So I like the way that it feels. I like the way that it looks. For those of you guys wondering, they do fit true to size. Whatever you typically wear, you should order that. However, just know that everything on this shoe is very snug, just like the previous Air Jordan 2 lows. I think it's because they kept a lot of the padding that was around the higher ankle cut version of the shoe, and then they just packed it all into the low top area. That does make them look a little puffy or funny on foot a little bit versus the highs that do look a little bit more streamlined, especially if you're wearing pants. But I really just love lows, and I really think that these look great. I know that people call them bowling shoes and stuff like that. I don't care. I've been a fan of twos since the beginning, and I love all of these new colorways, man. I really do. My first pair of twos, believe it or not, was actually a brand new colorway. It was a Retro Plus color, not an original color, and it was the black and chromes from like what, 2004 or something like that.
Bingo.
It was really cool. But like I said, go true to size. You should be good to go. I grabbed my pair over at our local retailer, Phenom. If you are interested in anything that they've got and you're in our area, which is the Sacramento or Elk Grove area, make sure that you follow them on social. Their Instagram should be on the screen right now. It's just simply at Phenom916. And that's how you know all of the launch procedures. They also have another location that's over in Minnesota, and you can follow that account at Phenom Global. Same thing applies if you are in that area and you wanted to shop over at one of the locations that they have. Make sure that you follow their social account because that is how they let everybody know the launch procedures. They do change per launch. Sometimes it's like first come, first serve, and they will only let you know that they got the shoe in as soon as they open. Sometimes it's a raffle, so they will let you know ahead of time. So it really depends. Just make sure that you follow them, pay attention, have notifications on if you wanted something like that, and you should be good to go. But sound off below, let us know what you think about these in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for all the support, especially if you're still here after the mess that we just made throughout this entire video. I mean, this was definitely a sloppy one. So thank you so much for everything. We will see you guys on the next one. So until then, have a good one.
The end.
Oh, I got to sign out, my bad. Man, I was like, my brain is toast.